this training video, I will be showing you how to pack up a master bedroom. The same process would apply if you were packing a child's room. Typically, the client will be staying at the home the night before. Therefore, the bed and pillows won't be packed. We suggest to the client prior to place anything on the bed that they don't want packed. In general, we are simply booked to pack and unpack items. So this is what our primary task is. If we need to deviate from that, it is essential that the project manager is involved in this process and that any additional time is signed off and approved before starting any organising component of the job. Checking and asking questions before you start the pack will alleviate having to unpack boxes later on. When packing a chest of drawers, remove and pack items sitting on top of the dresser first to ensure these items don't get damaged. Take note of the number of drawers in the dresser. Always start and pack the bottom drawer first. Now this drawer unit has got 5 drawers, so take them out. I've already lined the bottom of my box with a sheet of paper so I can place the clothes straight in there. These are all relatively organised and grouped, so we can pop them straight in. And that's the contents of the first shelf done. Now, with a sheet of paper, write drawer 5 on the bottom and place that in the box. We'll then start on the next drawer, which will be drawer 4. Repeat this process for each drawer that is packed in order. By labelling it, it makes it easier to unpack and you will be able to set up the chest of drawers in the exact same layout that the client had it at the old home. There are 2 sorts of drawers. Those where the clothes are organised and folded neatly, and it is easy to distinguish the different categories, and those where clothes have just been shoved in. Typically on a pack, our job is to simply take the contents of the drawer out and place them in a box, not to organise them. It may be worth checking with the project manager and/or the client, if appropriate, to ascertain if they would like the clothes to be neatly folded and organised. It's essential though that the client understands that this process will take longer and it will affect the overall labour hours on the job. Because of this, the project manager must be fully across this conversation, who will in turn let the office know. If a more detailed organising session is required, then a separate home organising session would be recommended and the project manager would discuss this directly with the client. Packing bedside tables, you would typically use a book box. Line the bottom of the book box first and then place the books or the items that I've got. If there is anything fragile, use bubble wrap or paper depending on what it is. Place them in the box. With a sheet of paper, write the contents, whether it's the left or right hand side bed table, whose it is and the items on top, and they go in and sit on top there. That way, if anyone else is unpacking this box, they will know that the correct items are going on the correct bedside table. If bedside tables are light and only contain clothes, you may be able to leave the contents of the bottom drawer in and the removalist can move as is. If they are heavy, then all of the contents will need to be packed. We're going to unpack the top of the drawers and we're just going to place them straight in the box. It looks like there's loose money or something there, so I'm going to pop that into a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't get lost. And then pop it in there as well. My note which says it's the left bedside table, the person and the contents of the top drawer. Again, someone unpacking it knows where to go, and then fill the rest of my box with cushions or other items that can be packed. If the client is staying at the property the night before the move, you won't be able to pack the linen from the bed. Leave a box opened in the room ready for the client in the morning who can place their linen in the box. Ensure the box is labelled correctly with the room name and the contents. So this is main bedroom linen from bed. If the client would like the bed in the new home made up with fresh linen, ensure that the fresh new linen is also placed in this box. I've also labelled it on the side as main bedroom and on the other side, and on the top main bedroom linen sheets, pillows, whatever it is, so that it's easy to find. Leave that box somewhere out of the way for the client who can pop their linen in the box in the morning. This is called a porter robe. It's a larger box that has a fold down flap. It has a metal bar that goes in the top here, and you use it to hang hanging clothes in. You can also use it in the laundry for things like brooms, ironing boards, taller items, lamps, and items that aren't going to fit in the tea chest. But typically they're used to hang clothes. Approximately 1 meter's worth of hanging space will fit into a porter robe. When you use them, you take them up at the bottom as per the box instructions. You place your bar at the top there. You then place a sheet of folded paper down the bottom to line the box. Often we use second-hand boxes, so it is good to line the boxes. Today we're going to be using it to hang clothes, and you'll see that these clothes are only 3/4 length. So I'm going to fill the bottom of the box, and I found in the spare room a large picnic box that's not going to fit into a tea chest. So I'm going to pop them in the bottom of my box. And if there's other items that I might be able to pop in there to pad around it, I would do that. Then I would put another sheet of paper down, and then I will start hanging. When you transfer things from the wardrobe into the porter robe, you start from the left and work to the right. So taking items out and placing them on the left-hand side. You want to make sure that your porter robe is very close to your wardrobe so that you don't have to walk. You want to make sure that the items can hang down and they aren't going to get too creased. So I'm going to hang all my jackets in here. I'm putting them in, I'm making sure that they're not creased, they can hang down. Just a bit more in. What's important when you pack porter robes is that the clothes are not going to get creased, they're not too scrunched here. We could still fit some more clothes in, and that they can hang down and that they're not going to be creased down the bottom. Once you've packed your porter robe, you'll see that you've got space on either side. You may choose to use this space and include pillows or other light items. If you are going to place items on top, the first thing that you do is add a sheet of paper. The coat hangers are now fully covered, and I'll place the items in there. I then place another sheet of paper on top and seal the box. Keep it flush when I seal it. Seal the sides, make sure the tape's down. Then I'm going to write spare room, so I'll just write spare bedroom. I write the same on the other side, and then I write here spare room and a bit more of a description. So I've got jackets and I've got picnic set, and then I've got over here my initials, NM. I know that I'm going to use 2 porter robes in this room, so I'm going to write 1-2. So I know when I go to unpack, this is the first porter robe, and it should start on the left hand side and the clothes should come out in that order. you've written on both sides and the top of the box, place another lot of tape over the top so that the writing won't rub off when the box is up against other boxes. And then that box is ready to be moved. When you need to move the porta robe, and if it is already on floorboards, do not drag the porta robe as it will scratch the floors. Ask a staff member for help.